Hey guys, it's Declan and welcome to my thoughts on movies, where I cover movies from all different genres and some TV shows, where I give my thoughts on them. Today I'll be covering a movie called Minions: The Rise of Gru, released in 2022, starring Steve Carell, who voiced Gru, and Pierre Coffin, who voiced all the minions you see in the movie. This movie is a prequel to the Despicable Me franchise, but also a sequel to the Minion movie, which got released in 2015. This movie had a budget of $80 million and it had a box office of $726.4 million, which is actually really surprisingly good. And I've also decided to use a real voice because no one wants to listen to a Texas speech voice for 5 minutes straight. This film is really well done since it's a long-awaited sequel to the Minion movie and a prequel to the beloved Despicable Me franchise, and what Gru and the Minions were doing before they stole the moon. This film really brings out the best of the Minions and introduces us to some new Minions, but still has the same original trio such as Kevin, Bob, and Stuart, so that's one of the things that makes this a great family film to watch with any type of audience. There are a lot of comedic scenes in this film with the Minions and Gru when he was a child, and a whole new adventure that we have never seen before, with more villains and more comedy and more Minions than we have seen before. The Minions' comedic style has not changed at all since we last saw them, and there are funnier and more Minions since the 2016 prequel. I would have never expected that little yellow creatures speaking a language of mashed up words from English, French, Spanish, and different languages could be so intriguing and entertaining, even though we have no clue what the hell they are saying, which makes the Minions such a different and amazing sidekicks in any kids or any film we have seen before. And that's something I deeply admire, and I would have to imagine how long it would have to take for the creators of the Minion movies to create an entirely new language just for a few movies. This Minion movie is certainly an improvement from the other ones in its own unique and special way, because we are more used to the Minions and the comedic style of making kids laugh, and basically anyone from different audience laugh. In the film, we still have the original trio from the first Minion prequel, which makes this film more special and more memorable. But we are introduced to a more not-so-mature minion called Otto, which the Minions do not like that much, and everyone watching this movie will adore, so hopefully we get another sequel and we'll be able to see more of Otto in the near future. As usual, I go onto IMDb Trivia to find out hidden things and facts about this film, and the top 3 things I found about this movie is: number 1, Gru goes into an ice cream shop and skips the line by spraying all customers with his cheese ray, yelling, "Cheese ray, cheese ray, cheese ray." This is a reference to the first Despicable Me film, in which he freezes all customers in the coffee shop with his freeze ray, yelling, "Freeze ray, freeze ray, freeze ray." Minions: The Rise of Gru is a prequel to the Despicable Me, so the freeze ray happens as a result of improvements made on the cheese ray. Perhaps Gru realized freezing people was more effective than covering them in a liquid cheese. The second fact is that the Despicable Me trilogy features main antagonists who are male, such as Victor, El Macho, and Balthazar Brat. The Minion films feature the main female villains, such as Skull Overkill and Bella Bottom. And the third and final fact is, when Gru is escaping the Vicious Six headquarters, he crosses the street, causing cars to screech or halt. Behind him, a pedestrian yells at a car, "Hey, I'm walking here." This is a homage to Dustin Hoffman's improv in Midnight Cowboy, when Cap intruded on the film and Hoffman improvised a famous line. If you want to go watch Minions: The Rise of Gru after you're done with my review, after watching my review, which I'm grateful for, I'll give you the plot so you know what you can expect when you watch it. In the heart of 1970s, amidst a flurry of feathered hair and flared jeans, Gru, voiced by Steve Carell, is growing up in the suburbs. A fanboy of the supervillain supergroup known as the Vicious Six, Gru hatches a plan to become evil enough to join them. Luckily, he gets some mayhem making backup from his loyal followers, the Minions. Together, Kevin, Stuart, Bob, and Osher, a new Minion, sporting braces and a desperate need to deploy their skills as they and Gru build their first lair, experiment with their first weapons, and pull off their first missions. When the Vicious Six outs their leader, the legendary fighter, while Knuckles, voiced by Alan Arkin, Gru interviews to become their newest member. It doesn't go well, to say the least, and it only gets worse from there. After Gru outsmarts him and suddenly finds himself the mortal enemy of the apex of evil. On the run, Gru will turn to an unlikely source of guidance, while Knuckles, and discover that even bad guys need a little help from their friends sometimes. And that has been all my thoughts on Minions: The Rise of Gru. Overall, I give it about a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Declan, and my thoughts on Minions: The Rise of Gru.